Hi, this is John, the risen head Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post, Parashat Behar and the War in Israel, is titled "Giving Our Thoughts a Rest." Because we have so many thoughts throughout the day. Thinking can be very tiring. We have so many thoughts that go through our mind throughout the day. Some of them we are aware of. Some of them just pass through our head without us even realizing. Some thoughts we give greater attention to. And some thoughts are actually so dominating that it even seems impossible to disconnect from them. It's almost that they grab our attention, and we almost feel compelled to be engaged with this thought. And this is the difficulty sometimes in being able to disconnect and being able to allow our thoughts to just pass through our mind, because there are many thoughts, and some we attach greater significance to, and some we don't attach any significance, or perhaps we're not even aware of them. So how are we able to manage, or how are we able to find a balance with this thinking, with this amount of thoughts that go through our mind during the day? And how does this relate to mental health? So mindfulness, meditation and mindfulness, cognitive mindfulness, is an evidence-based technique that has been proven to help people to be able to allow their thoughts to be able to pass through. That a person can enter into a state of being rather than doing. That if there are thoughts that a person feels compelled to engage with, thoughts of anxiety, thoughts of low self-esteem and failure, and these thoughts that a person feels that they are not able to disconnect from, and it grabs their attention, and they are over-engaged with these thoughts, which leads to depression or anxiety. The mindfulness exercises is a way of being able to teach a person to be in a state where the thoughts, all thoughts, those that seem less significant and we don't give attention to, those that seem extremely significant, or that we feel compelled and enslaved to, in a way, to engage and notice and to be actively involved with these thoughts. The mindfulness exercise allows all these thoughts to be able to pass through our mind, that we pay attention, that we notice these thoughts, but we're not actually compelled, we're not actually required to engage with these thoughts. And when a person is able to practice these mindfulness techniques, it can have a significant impact on their mental health. It's proven to help with being able to treat such symptoms of anxiety or depression. And this is something which, when I was learning the course on mindfulness, the lecturer actually referred to this exercise of the cognitive process within mindfulness as being shmitat machshavot, that the thoughts go through a process almost of shmita. Shmita, as we see from this week's parasha, is the process of just things are being laid to rest. We don't have to engage. But in this week's parasha, the landowner now is able to leave the land to rest. He doesn't have to be actively involved in toiling and working and putting in an effort to work the land, but rather Shemitah is a time of rest, of being rather than doing. So Shmitat Machshavot, which the lecturer was saying, is a time just to allow the thoughts to rest, to not have to work and to actively be engaged with these thoughts. And this is what we see from this week's parsha, is that the Shemitah of the land, this cycle, it allows the land to rest. It allows the landowners to also rest, and to be able to go through a process of increasing, I guess you could say, increasing emunah for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can provide. And even though they go through a year and they don't work, they're actually in the process of being. It creates a healthier connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and a healthier connection, and maybe even an enjoyment and appreciation for the work that they do as a farmer, as a landowner. And furthermore, also, we see that this leads to development and growth, and actually a healthier outcome for the land as well, being able to rest for a year as well. So this is the Shemitah, this is the process of mindfulness, when it actually creates a healthy process of being rather than doing. And furthermore, there's the halachas of Shemitah, that in the 7th year, any slaves are freed, and also any ancestral land is returned to the landowners, to the original landowners. And this also is an important aspect of this Shemitah mindfulness process, that by being able to be in the process and in this stage of resting, of being, of not doing, we are able to free the slaves, free the thoughts that we were enslaved to, that we were overly engaged with, that we felt compelled to be actively involved with. We're able to release them. We are freed from this enslavement. These thoughts are let free, and so too we are able to, in terms of returning to the land is able to be returned to its owner. We're able to return to what's important to us. It's a sense of grounding. This process of mindfulness and meditation allows us to be grounded, to be connected with ourselves, to return to what's important to us, to return to the values and the goals that we have in our life, and to be more connected with ourselves. So these are the benefits and the message that we can take out of Shmita, or Shmitat Machshavot, of mindfulness. Have a great Shabbos and keep well.